On our latest episode of the Mullet Mustang, supported by Turn 14,
yes, we've made the Mustang look a million times better now that we've lowered it and we're rolling on these sexy Enkei wheels.
but it's time to find out just how much faster it is on the racetrack, and that's why we're here at Toronto Motorsports Park.
So in the interest of looking like cool dudes, we've put the car pretty low to the ground. We're about an inch lower than anyone else seems to be on the internet. So we really want to find out is...
Well, performance related.
Performance related, yeah, that's right. We looked at like Vorschlag's build thread, and they were at like 15 inches ride height at the front, measured from the hub to the fender lip, and we're at 14. Pretty low. We don't have great ground clearance, but we like the way it looks. So we want to find out how much we've compromised performance, basically, right? Like, are we going to get on the bump stops? Are we going to be running out of suspension travel? Are we going to be bottoming out anywhere? That's what we're here to find out. If we have to raise it back up, we will. We also need to find out about the rear end, because we didn't recenter the rear axle with an adjustable panhard bar. We brought one with us though. So if the rear end's doing anything really goofy, we'll put the white line panhard bar in, adjust it to recenter the rear axle and see if that fixes the problem. But if it's not doing anything crazy, we're actually going to hold off on the panhard bar because we have a Watts system from Whiteline that's going to go on the rear end, which does away with the regular panhard bar. So we'd rather just skip that step and go right to the Watts, because that is the good stuff. So we also need to find out about these Kumhos. We've never tested these Kumhos before. We really don't know a lot about them. They look like a really good tire. They're highly reviewed on the internet. So let's go find out how everything's working.
Let's get to some testing.
Put my lid on and go fast. Well, PT's not exactly feeling frisky today, but he's still going to do a few laps in the Mustang before I try to set a real hot lap.
And that's why we're not wearing helmets. We're just cruising,
people. Just cruising. Don't worry, we're fine. You did drive it on the way here, though, so what do you think so far?
It's a completely new animal. My goodness,
it is.
The suspension, tighter, actually more compliant.
It is.
Believe it or not.
It rides
the
better.
Stock stuff, yeah.
Absolutely.
It rides so much nicer.
That clunk in the rear end is gone.
Yep. The tires feel good.
The turn-in, man. The turn-in response is insane. With a square tire setup, well, I guess it was square before. It was just a narrow tire.
Yeah, real crappy.
It was a 235
hockey pucks,
bald all season, and now we're on a 275 with grip, and man, it just changes the car, doesn't it?
It most certainly does. I was actually blown away, and this is yet another reason to just upgrade old suspension, because this car rides so much smoother. It soaks up the bumps better, and look at that, it's more performance oriented now too, right?
There's almost no body roll left.
Win-win.
I mean, the sway bars are obviously helping a lot with the body roll too, but it's really flat in the corners now compared to what it used to be. It was rolling around like a ship at sea before, and now it just feels like a track car all of a sudden, doesn't it?
It most certainly does.
All right, buddy, I'm already starting to feel queasy. I think it's time for...
It's your time to shine.
Well, you know.
I'm just going to do a couple more downshifts, so...
Show us what you got here.
Ooh, it sounds good.
Doesn't it? 24.0? God damn, DP, you're good. That's fucking fast. 24.0 on one lap. There's some magic happening here right now, man. God damn, I'm just shutting it down. My best lap before it was a 25.2. Just amazing how early I can get on the gas. It is, it's a traction monster out of the corners. Feels like a 911 the way it's putting the power down. I am just blown away by how stable, how confidence-inspiring this car is right now. I'm literally at a loss for words, and that doesn't happen very often in my life. This car is just hooked up. I think that 24.0 came from the fact that I did a really slow warm-up lap. I kept everything cool, I kept the tires cool, and then I just tried to add power a little earlier than I did my previous sessions, and to my surprise there was a lot of traction there. I feel like with another, you know, another attack lap like that, I could maybe knock another half second off that lap time. Man, I am a Mustang convert, everybody. This thing puts the power down. Dude, this car is hooked up. Blown away by how sticky these Kumhos are, and I mean, Eibach has hit a home run as far as I can tell. The car feels like our FRS. It's like it's on a pivot. I can just
You're kidding.
rotate it with a throttle.
That's amazing. It's gone from so sloppy to that.
It's just like a total transformation. I didn't think a Mustang would ever feel this good, let alone just with our first set of mods. I'm blown away, man. But more importantly, now it's your time to shine. We gotta go do some burnouts and see what this puppy will do in the quarter mile.
Well, I think we're gonna have to cut the drag racing short today. Unfortunately, the weather is cooperating, but yesterday it didn't. And as you can see by the huge puddle I just ran into, that means the old drag strip portion of our test is not gonna happen.
A few moments later.
After a bit of debate, we've decided we are gonna run the drag strip, but we're just gonna do it halfway up. There's no water that way, so this makes it possible to still get a good launch off the VHT prep track. So let's do this and let's see what happens. So 14.9 at 98.
Come on, buddy, step it up.
It's
tough
the
to launch.
Track here. As you can see, I'm laying rubber, so it's hard to get a good launch. I tried to be really conservative on that one, and I had the traction, but obviously I didn't have the 60 foot. So let's try again. Maybe I'll luck out this time.
That's right.
And
it takes a few tries to get a feel, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, that was better.
Any better?
Oh yeah. I ran a 1468 at 99.
Not bad.
So the launch was a little bit better there, right?
It was better, yeah.
But I tried to cheat it, kept it in third.
Yep.
So I bounced rev limiter at the end.
Oh, okay.
So we'll say theoretically this may have a 1450 in it.
Let's
at
do one more
100,
run, man. One more run. Come on.
All right, I'll give you one more run.
We got to get a 14.5 or better here.
All right, we'll try.
Let's do it.
See, the trick is trying to bring this car up to the right RPM so I get just enough wheel slip and launch. And traction, sorry. There we go. Survey says 1485 at 96.
Oh, it looked like a good launch.
I know it did, but see, I tried to take fourth gear.
Oh, it's the fourth gear shift.
Fourth gear. It's unanimous. We need a rear end change, right?
We do. We need some 410 gears. I think we need a little diff rebuild. And we need to launch in the proper start box. I think launching at the 1,000-foot mark's not ideal. So let's just call this a wash.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
We also need to do an oil cooler. I feel like the car is a little bit heat soaked.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's losing power in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, it needs a tune. We got to get to the dyno. Lots of work to come.
That's right. So next stop, people, we are at the dyno to see how much power we actually picked up from all these mods. And here's a quick update showing all the mods we've done to the Mullet Mustang. Well, I roasted the tires on that bad boy pretty badly. So the beauty is I just get to back it up and try again.